And good day. It is our power call. I'm glad to be here, all of you. We are here today with our friend Joe Morton, the COO of Oliabo. We're going to delve into some of the points that we talk about. You know, last week we had Curtis Fulmer with us, and then we've had Ashley Brown. And one of the things with network marketing, we ask people for the two most valuable things they have, their time and their credibility. And here with Oliabo, we're very proud to invite people because the company Oliabo and what they have done at the company level in this space of direct sales and network marketing is as powerful as the olive oil, the high phenolic extra virgin olive oil, the Prima and the Flex that we're already experiencing and what we'll soon be experiencing with the skincare line. But it's about the people you're in business with. You're never any better than the people you're in business with. And one of those great people we're in business with is our new friend that we've only known since October 10th, and that is Joe Morton. Welcome to our power call, Joe.
Thank you, Keith. Great to be with you. Greetings, everyone.
Well, we're glad to have you here. What I'd like to do is let people get to know Joe Morton a little bit, and then we'll delve into the Joe Morton at Oliabo and changing the world, literally, with this opportunity. Sure. But I know you grew up in Canada and actually played a little hockey. So how was that hockey game over the weekend?
You need to bring that up, right, Keith? Actually, I will say it was the best hockey I think I've ever watched, and it was amazing. And the U.S. Played an amazing game. Their goalie, Holoback, Connor Holoback, honestly, the best in the league. Everyone kind of knows that, and he played a remarkable game, and they deserve to win, and it's wonderful. And here I've been in the United States now for almost 34 years, so I am American. So I was happy with the outcome, frankly. But at the same time, as a Canadian, I was wearing my Canadian jersey, of course.
I may have to cut this part out of the recording. Okay.
but I was happy either way, Keith. Honestly, so it was an amazing game. It was good hockey.
So you grew up outside of Toronto. Was it Sherbrooke area that you grew up in?
I grew up in a place called Shelburne, Ontario. It's about an hour and a half north of Toronto in the country.
And so you grew up in the direct sales network marketing world, right? Because of your mom and dad.
I did indeed. And about 4 or 5 years old, I was about 4 or 5 years old when my parents got involved in the network marketing, health and wellness industry. And it was like a flip of the switch. Boom. It was like one day we had sugar and white flour in our house, and the next day it was gone. And my parents went all in, and I'm grateful for it. I didn't quite understand it at the time, but I'm grateful for it now, Keith, because they were way before their time, let's put it that way.
So because they were way before their time in the health and nutrition world, both you and Gordon had great childhoods, very active in sports. But, one of the things I just saw an interview with Bobby Kennedy, 77% of young adults cannot get into the U.S. military because they can't pass the physical. 77%. Wow. So when we look at how important health and nutrition is in all things, so that part that you grew up with allowed you to become let's face it, the world needs to know, a major athlete. I mean, you competed and completed 12 Ironmen, is that right?
Well, that's correct, sir.
And,
yes.
And so you got to be a pretty, as I drove by an Ironman once, that's as close as I got. But part of that coming to business and all the things that you've done prior to Oliabo, that determination has to carry over into business as well, right?
Oh, very much. Oh, yes, very much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you gotta when you do an Ironman, you've got to have courage first of all, and you got to. It's not something that I like them because it's like you're cramming a lifetime of experience, or in one day. You have all the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. It's pretty incredible. incredible, actually.
So when you take from that, but from there, because of that growing up in health and nutrition and in sports, whatever, you established a major running shoe company, right?
I did. I was part of the team. It was a fun part of the team that started a company called Ultra Footwear. And that was like 2010 or so. We sold it really quickly to another company, like real quick. But yeah, it's still, in fact, all over. You might have even seen it, everyone. If you're looking around at running shoes and you see Ultra Footwear, yes, that started in my house, actually, which is pretty crazy.
Well, but once again, we talk about, and success leaves clues, and so there's a lot of clues that would lead us to Joe Morton for success in business, and in the direct selling business. You were one of the founders of another network marketing company that everybody knew was XANGO, and
Yes.
and you were part of that, and the points that was there. But for us that are here building a business today, I think it's really fascinating, your background in health and nutrition. You're the one that speaks so lovingly of your olive leaf extracts and the things that are there. So that's kind of your area of expertise. But the COO, Chief Operating Officer, tells me that the team that you have put together and are part of, because you're part of it and you put it together with your brother Gordon and obviously with Curtis and Ashley and all this team. So tell us a little bit about cobbling this amazing team of people together and how that came about.
Yes, well, it really came about, Keith, with maybe a little over a year ago. It was before Christmas 2024, I guess. My wife gave me a freeze-dried mangosteen from Trader Joe's, and I was looking at it at my desk in my house. I was thinking, we created that. Like that's something that if we didn't do that, Trader Joe's couldn't put that on a shelf. And it reminded me of how good we are as an industry at. It reminded me of how good we are of bringing something to market. And I thought back on my days back in the 70s and 80s, and I watched everything from ginkgo biloba to, heck, I even knew what a ginkgo biloba leaf looked like, to echinacea, to vitamin C, to protein supplements, to filtered water. Yes, filtered water started with network marketing, everyone, and it's amazing. I remember those stories being told. You either filter your water or you become the filter as your body becomes the filter. And so this is my whole life. I've watched this, and I realized that Trader Joe's wouldn't have had that on a shelf. Mangosteen wouldn't have been there had we not made those efforts. And so I said to Gordon, hey, I called Gordon and I said, maybe we should consider something else. And I had a few ideas, and Gordon said, hold that thought, little brother, come to my house. And she lives about an hour from my house. So I went over to his house and he's like, let me tell you about this. And he started to tell me this story that you've been hearing, and I know Keith talks about on the calls, and if you've ever joined on our calls, you'll start to hear. That's kind of the preface that came before I got involved. That's because, how did I get involved? Gordon invited me. Just like someone invited you to be on this call today, everyone. My brother invited me to join, and as I started to study the powers of extra virgin olive oil, and all of it, that then we started diving into olive tree derived products, olive leaf extract, olive fruit extract, and then of course we wanted to expand that into the Rosa capsule, which many of you know. And I don't want to derail the conversation, Keith, with that, because I know that there's a limited time, but that also includes grapeseed extract and lycopene, which really starts to bring in this Mediterranean story. It's part of the success leads clues, like you said.
So when we're looking at this, at the company Oliabo, and we're looking at the team of people, whether it's you and Gordon and Joe, or whether it's Adam or it's Blake or it's all the other stuff that's here, you guys are assembling the superstars, if you will, the miracle team for network marketing. All these people are coming with a history of success and a part of the mission. They're buying into this mission that we're on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Yes.
so when we look at this mission of changing, I think when we look at what Gordon and you and Curtis are talking about, we're looking about changing network marketing as a business model of what you guys have pulled together here regarding the replicated website, regarding the marketing and the people that you're bringing into place with that. So, how did you guys make the decision to really you're beyond cutting edge, okay? There's nothing else in the direct sales industry that I'm aware of that has a replicated website that does what yours does, where it tracks when somebody goes to my replicated website and they click on the more information and they click on contact and they request something from Oliabo corporate, that request is tagged to my site. Nobody else has that I'm aware of. Joe, that's unique.
Yeah.
And you guys treat it as though, that's just the way it should be, right?
Yes. Well, because we wanted to bring the idea of like affiliate marketing, so to speak, bringing together with the MLM world. And we even have other things coming. I can't talk about it in detail just yet, but we even have other things coming that's going to be even more like remarkable to go along with that. Having said that, yes, the idea is to bring the two worlds together. And really, at the end of the day, we are the OG influencer marketing, aren't we, Keith? I mean, we are the OG of influential marketing, of affiliate marketing and influential marketing. That's what we do. That's what we're good at in our industry. People care about other people. They share it. We were talking right before the call there. Dennis was telling his story. I was listening to it in awe, and it made my day, Keith. And because someone was interested to tell him about it, he is now having incredible results with his health. That's what we're about. I like to call it actually human touch marketing.
Well, and that's what's going to allow us as we look at where AI is heading. I was listening to a podcast with a guy most people know by the name of Elon Musk, and he was being interviewed by two MIT professors and talking about how the world is going to change. And the one thing that Elon Musk says that can't change is human interaction. And
Yes.
it's going to actually allow us to do some things. So I think March 11th of 2026 is going to be a pretty important date.
Yes, we put a date. My brother Gordon, as our CEO and leader of this company, kind of put March 11th on the map so that we can just say this is when because really, I mean, it's like 2.5 months in business, in a sense. That's a pretty short amount of time. He's just saying March 11th, we're kicking things off officially. We're officially going. And we're going to have a few things to announce at that time as well. But that's kind of our date to say we're having an official opening, so to speak, I guess you can say,
So when you look at, everybody, there's a thing called first mover's advantage. And, one of the things what we have here, Curtis uses the phrase fast-moving startup. And we talk about first mover's advantage with a fast mover startup. We're going to have that advantage for the next year or the next 2 years. But what I look at, because my background is in ag, in the ag world, and when I look at what you guys are doing and how you're doing it, and I look at some of what, things that are there, even when the world figures out what you're doing, it's going to take them 5 years to figure out how you're doing it, right?
Oh yeah, these products are not easy to duplicate. I've been a part of a lot of product development over the years, as you can imagine, and this one was tough to pull together. But and you're seeing the results of how tough that is. I mean, the results are phenomenal, Keith. I mean, just listening to Dennis again right before this call, I mean, I'm just touched. I'm touched, and I love it.
Well, Joe, I want to thank you for jumping on here and being available today. I just reached out to Joe today for you guys and myself to see when we could set something up this week to have him as a guest on the power call, and he said, how about today? And I thought, wow, that is great. So I'm gonna give our friend Dennis Tatum first option to ask you a question because he actually knows you, and then I'll open up some lines for some additional people here. So Dennis, I'm going to go to you first here. So do you have a question or thought for Curtis or for Joe?
Joe, I'm just thinking I've been on board for a few weeks, but my life was very full, so I'm just now beginning to get going. But I did order the product, and I had a little challenge. I'm not quite as good at some of the advanced things as I should be, but I'm learning. I did order through your man Junelle, who was very helpful to get me started on a phone call. Very, very helpful guy. And he said, your voice sounds familiar, Dennis. And I said, yours does too. He said, did you happen to, when you were in Utah, did you happen to go on the tour bus? And I said, I did, with my sister Patty. And he said, that's where I know you from. I was your tour guide. And I said, so anyway, this has history for me. I'm very excited about this because I know the integrity that you guys have. I have an idea how brilliant you guys are at producing high-grade products, and I'm sure this one is beyond anything else you've ever done. And I am getting results. I've only been on the Prima for a few days now, but all I can say is that I feel a sense of wellness. I feel good. I don't think it's all psychosomatic. I think it's the real deal. I think the product is really that good. And I know the Flex, I'm already getting benefit, and I'm going to be taking pictures of age spots and so forth, and then working on those and doing progressive pictures to share. And I just want to thank you and Gordon very, very much for all that you've done and the opportunity you've provided. And I don't think I have anything else right now, but I just want to thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Dennis. That's great to have you on, and appreciate you sharing those thoughts.
Well, thank you for that, Dennis. I'm going to go down to Santa Barbara, to Matthew. Matthew, are you with us?
I am, Chief. I am. Yeah, hi, Joe. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Matthew?
I'm doing super fantastic, man, now that I'm taking this, the Prima. I mean, it's just amazing to me. I mean, my father's father immigrated in from Cosenza, Italy, and so that's a town, as you know, of art.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I say that, really you've put something together just a remarkable. It's a work of art. And it's a blessing to be a part of this, and never worked with you at all, but I was in a previous company, and I guess my question, I would have a question for you. It's like, not for me, because I've been in network marketing, and so I understand how it works and have had success in network marketing. But it would be for this, if you were to say something to the person that has never, ever been involved in network marketing, and just what you have put together here, and what would you say to that person, and your vision as to what and how it would look for them, Does that make sense?
Yes, you bet. Thank you, Matthew, for the question. So what does network marketing mean? As I mentioned earlier in the call, I feel that network marketing is more considered like human touch marketing. To me, it represents good, Matthew. I grew up in this industry, as Keith indicated earlier. I grew up in the industry, and I'll give you from the perspective of a child, and I've shared this on other calls, some of you maybe heard me share like this, but it's a great way to describe it, because I would see people come into our house, because this company that my parents were involved in is called Nature Sunshine, which is still in business, by the way. And it was the Canadian division of Nature Sunshine that started in the basement of our house. And to me, I would see people come in with health questions, much like many of you are experiencing on a daily basis, where someone says, hey, what are you doing, Dennis? What are you doing, Matthew or Keith or whomever is on the call? And then you end up sharing, in this case, Prima or Flex with the individual. And then they come back, and so as a child, I would see something similar. They would come back and say, wow, I feel better. I'm feeling better. that represented good for me. And then I would see them from a network marketing perspective, they would sign an application form. And in my simplistic mind as a little child, I'd just watch them leave, they'd come back, and now they're building a business. And step forward multiple years later, I've stayed in touch with some of those people over the years, and I've seen the difference that it makes, that it made in their lives. And I would see their confidence grow, setting goals, achieving goals, going on conventions, like Dennis was describing, coming to that convention that we had in the former life, and being around like-minded people. You have an opportunity within this realm of Oliabo and direct sales network marketing, human touch marketing, to be a part of a community. And I say community because that's actually a big part of the blue zones. When they talk about blue zones and people living the longest, and by the way, Italy just came out, I don't know if anyone saw that, considered to have the longest lifespan in the whole world. That's what the studies have shown, that on average they live the longest in Italy, which is interesting that our story is taking place from Italy, and trying to harness this Mediterranean secret with an Italian specific story, And so community network marketing allows product, which we have incredible products. It allows a compensation plan, a person from the comfort of their home. We've heard of the word gig economy. We're like the original gig economy, allowing a person, no matter what their background, no respecter of background, doesn't say because you have an education or you don't, because you're this age or that age, male, female, race, skin color, language, does not matter. Anyone can succeed, and it's up to that individual if they choose to succeed or not. It is up to the individual. It's the last bastion, in my opinion, one of the last bastions of free enterprise. And we have that opportunity here. And then you have the community aspect of it. And I'm going to throw that in because that's very big. You're on a call today that Keith has provided. Thank you, Keith. You're on a call today, everyone. We're all on it. And we're part of a community right now. We had a call last night. We had hundreds of people on a call last night, part of a community. And you'll see these other kind of calls, and you'll get the opportunity. I'm doing a meeting this weekend in Raleigh, North Carolina. Anyone who wants to know information about that, Mike McCarthy's kind of putting it on. You can reach out to him, but and his team. But part of a community, I'll have a chance to meet people that are part of the Oliabo family there, part of community. And so and community is very important. One thing that we've learned about that whole experiment a couple of years ago where we shut everyone away from the world, we learned a lot from that experience. We need each other. Human beings need each other, which is absolutely key. So I a little bit of a long-winded answer there, Matthew, to your question, but I believe that person looking at I hope that if there's someone looking at this for the first time today, I encourage you to get with the person who invited you and find out more about these incredible products, number one. Find out more about this compensation plan and the opportunity that it gives a person from the comfort of their home to do. And then find out how that helps from a community perspective, because we need each other. And let's and see how Oliabo can be a benefit to you and your family and your goals and your dreams. And I encourage everyone, dust off those dreams. It allows a person to dream again and give person hope in a world that seems to be a little struggling with hope these days. But not at Oliabo. We say it's okay to dream again. It's okay. Dust them off. Come here. Bring those dreams.
Fantastic, Joe. I'm going to go to our friends out of Tracy, and this is Deb and Walt Anderson. I don't know which one we've got on the line, but do you have a comment or a question for Joe?
We're both on the line, and thank you for this product and the compensation plan. And we are finally, yesterday, we started on the product. Well, we got it. We started on it. And then, so far, things are going good. And we're just looking forward to building the business. And if I have questions, I will come at you.
Okay, thank you. And I apologize, I missed your name. What was the name again?
Debbie.
I'm Debbie, and my husband's Walt.
Walt, yes.
Debbie and Walt. Okay, thank you.
You're going to hear a lot about them.
Huh?
Fantastic.
They're going to hear a lot about the two of you.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things that need to go to be helped. People that need helping with different ailments.
Fantastic.
We are both, been blessed by the Lord with our years.
It's wonderful.
So,
Debbie,
okay.
thank you. Thank you to you and Walt for joining, and welcome to Oliabo. Welcome to the family of Oliabo. I'm grateful for you, and I'm looking forward to your experiences on the products.
great.
Okay, thanks, guys. I want to go up to Joe Shufar, that over on the coast, and Joe knows Joe because everybody knows Joe's because of Joe's arms. Joe, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, and it's good to hear Joe Morton on the phone call also. That's wonderful.
It's good to hear your voice, Joe. You got an incredible story. Thanks for sharing it with us the other day.
Oh, you bet. I was telling Keith that, all of a sudden there's people, the same thing is happening for them. And I told them, I said, hey, when I did this, I was not kidding or BSing anybody, and it wasn't a cadaver arm. That was really my own arm. So.
Oh, I know. I talked to you. That was fantastic. And thank you for sharing it. It's like very, very inspiring.
Absolutely. Well, that can definitely make a person excited. I'm telling you.
And if anyone doesn't know Joe's story, boy, let me tell you, look it up because it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible.
We've used those pictures of his arm everywhere. So we've got that. I want to go up to Sebastopol real quick here with Tim and Shauna. I don't know which one I've got, or maybe I actually have both. Wait a minute, they moved. Where'd they move on my? There we go. There's Tim. There we are.
You just have me, Keith.
Okay. What do you think, young lady?
It's a motivation to hear what everybody is saying. It just gives more impact in what the products can do.
So are you going to do this thing or what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you. I said my question to you, so are you going to do this thing or what?
I am. I was saying that it just gives it more impact and more, validation of what these things can do.
Well, and you've got product experiences, both you and Tim.
We do.
So, but the business side of it, the business side is the product. The product experience is not holding Tim and Shauna Weber back. The business experiences in the past is what's slowing Tim and Shauna down, right?
Correct.
Okay. The fear, not the fear that the products won't work for people, but that they'll invest their time and their money in a business side of it, and it isn't going to deliver. Am I correct on that?
Yes. Correct.
So Joe,
in front of everyone, I'll have to be honest.
Yeah. So Joe, that's what we've got here with that. So that's a beautiful thing you've put together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that's a good concern, Shauna. I mean, of course, every one of us on this phone has decisions to make on a regular basis. Do we move forward with this opportunity, move forward with that opportunity? And everyone's coming with a different background. And I think I want you to know that I take that seriously, and my brother does, and my partners do. And I hope that we can prove to you over time that you can feel comfortable and confident with this opportunity, with these products, with this compensation plan. I can assure you so far, the product's working incredibly. Joe would be a great example of that, and Dennis, we heard from him earlier. And the products work. The compensation plan is paying as we have indicated it would pay. And we have the support, and it continues to come forward. But I want you to know we take that seriously, and I look forward to being able to work with you as time goes on, Shauna, and prove to you that we're here for you, and we appreciate you taking the time and putting the confidence in this opportunity. Thank you.
I'm going to go to two more people. I'm going to go to Ed Lacey, and then I'm going to go to Janice Miller. And we've got other people here, but I think if we go with these two, and then we're up against our timeline here. Ed, thoughts for Joe?
Hey, Keith, I think you said it best. Good afternoon, Joe and company. I think you said it best when you said we're asking people for two of the most important assets. That's their time and their credibility. I just want to take a minute to say thank you, Joe, for joining us on this credible call this afternoon, for taking your time and lending your credibility to us to help us. I think Ray said it one time, he said, if you have a story of your own, use mine to create your own story. I'm going to use your credibility right now, Joe, till I get my own story together. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Ed. Sure appreciate that vote of confidence and grateful for you.
All right, and we're going to go down to Vegas, and we've got Janice Miller here. Janice.
Yes, hello, and great to meet you, Joe, over the phone here, and the stories you shared with us are brilliant. As a matter of fact, I could be your mother, because I did the same thing.
Oh, did you? Wonderful.
Yeah, Keith and Sandra Hooper actually said, hey, you deserve better than this. I was working in casinos for 20 years, and as I, never did network marketing to the level of which I wound up at, and it was amazing. I mean, Keith, Sandra, Bob Schmidt was with us. He was the liaison because Keith never ever met me. So just so you know, it was a connection. Keith was asked by Bob, hey, Bob, do you know anybody? Bob was going to go meet somebody in Chino Hills, California. He goes, yeah, I know somebody, and I know somebody else, because Bob said, if you're going to have a meeting, we might as well make it a party, if you can. So anyway, I got started back, and my boys, gosh, I think they were 2 and 3 or something like that. So yeah, I shushed a lot. So the story is very similar. Had some success in the industry. Work, that's all I do is networking. But the point is, it's always got to be the right company. Now, Keith pried me into this. I said, okay, if Keith is leading, I'm following. And we work together, so that's really a wonderful team. And now that I know the rest of the team, because I'm meeting you all on the conference calls and listening to all these stories, I can't be in the wrong place any further. This has got to be it, because, just like other people, this is my last hurrah.
Well, thank you, Janice. Thank you for your vote of confidence, and we're grateful to work with you and grateful to serve.
All right, one more real quick, and then we'll wrap up the call. David, are you there in Texas?
Hey, howdy, Joe. I just wanted to say I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I had really one of the questions I had was how in the world did you come up with the idea, but you already answered that one. I'm loving that. I got to say that, lots of folks here are talking about, how it helped with their bruising or it helped with their, crick neck or whatever. But I think Prima's coming dangerously close to saving my life.
Really?
With my chemo and the blood tests and how things were working, and how after I took it, it started to balance out my liver enzymes so that they could continue with the medication. I'm feeling better all the time. I'm one of my oncologists. He says I'm in the top couple of percent of all of his patients, and I got to tell you, Prima's the one that's doing it, because it got my liver enzymes back into normal, and everyone's happy. So I'm not just Janice said this is kind of her last the last thing that she's going to do. I got to promise you, it's the last thing I'm going to do, because nothing else has done this for me in the past, and you can't help but tell people about it when you got a problem like that that's solved.
Wow, and David, you're I'm touched, honestly. I'm touched. Thank you.
Well, Joe, I want to thank you for taking the time on this this day and joining us here on the Power Call. and sharing the insights were there. Everybody got a lot. There's other people here, but we really got to respect Joe's time, as all of us want him to go back to work. Because remember, he is the Chief Operating Officer. That means the customer service. That means shipping. That means all the things. Deb and Walt ordered, I believe they said on Monday, and got their product on Friday in California. So amazing with that, Joe. So final thoughts for the team here today?
Yes, thank you very much. And, you know, I'll circle back to what I talked about earlier, is we are about doing good, Keith. And if you can think about that, like David just said, and everyone actually talking about, hey, someone invited me and I'm part of it. Really, by, as he said, you can't help but tell everyone about this, you know. And that's what happens when we as human beings have a good experience. We naturally want to share that with other people. And that's what we're about, sharing and doing good. So let's just go do good, everyone. Let's just go do good. And this product does good. We just heard it from David and others, Dennis and Joe and others sharing. It does good. And the compensation plan does good and allows people to dream again, to dust off their dreams and their aspirations. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Let's go do good.
Let's do good. Mark down 3/11 of 26. We're going to do good better. We're going to do good
that's
better.
Right. That's right.
Thank you, Joe Morton. Appreciate you being here, and all of you as well. So we thank you very much.